Yo, what's up guys and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to go through that season 5 patch notes. Now I'm going to skip pieces that at this point you should already know about or I've already made a video on. So if I seem to have missed something, make sure to check out that video that is definitely on the channel at this point. So for example, we're going to skip Loba and all of her abilities because we already have a patch notes out there for it. We're going to go over all the map changes and we'll go ahead and start with that. So definitely the update on Kings Canyon. Skulltown and Thunderdome are gone. There's a new point of interest called Salvage, and it's been added to the Broken Coast. Across the map, there's an offshore rig that connects the former relay and wetlands. Wetlands has been replaced by the excavation of the capacitor, which is now a new underground pathway to the Sing Labs. Nesting Grounds has continued to regrow into the reclaimed forest, so that little area in between those. Which features an expanded Sing's Lab exterior and a small camp outside of the cage, which is pretty dope. Now, Kings Canyon will be the only map available for 2 weeks after the season launch, so that way you can have full time to explore the map and kind of the meta shift. After the honeymoon period, the map rotation will start rotating World's Edge Season 4 back into the mix. A new thing called charge towers have been introduced. Charge towers are new devices that were unearthed in the excavation of Kings Canyon. You activate them to grant a full ultimate charge to any legend that's standing on the platform when the charge blast goes out. We've already covered the Broken Ghost quest line, so make sure to check that out if you're interested. Something new is the season tab, where all the seasonal content has been moved into its own tab in the lobby, which you can find all the battle pass, the quest, and the challenge information, and the future events are going to show up in this tab as well. With the Battle Pass Season 5, there's going to be over 100 exclusive items, including legendary skins, gun charms, skydive emotes, apex packs, experience boosts, load screens, and more. We've already covered the Rank Series 4, so make sure to check out that video if you're interested, which also covers the Reconnect feature. So the only thing that isn't updated. So what happens with the Reconnect is that disconnected player characters will remain in the state they were in while the player was connected. To their teammates, it will look a bit like a disconnected player has gone AFK with an icon next to their name to indicate disconnection. This means when the player reconnects, they can immediately continue where they left off, unless that is, they were killed beforehand. Players can be knocked out and eliminated while the player is disconnected. Disconnected players whose characters have died can be respawned normally by taking their banner to a respawn beacon before or after the player has reconnected. If the player doesn't reconnect in time, the disconnected player's character is removed as normal and the game will treat their disconnect as an abandonment. There's a limited time window in which a player can reconnect, and failing to do so in rank will result in a loss penalty. Loss forgiveness does not activate until a player is fully removed from the game, so don't drop from a ranked match when your squad mates have a chance to reconnect. And if you want more info on that, make sure to check out the video on there. We also have a cool thing called conditional legend chatter. So under certain pairings, legends will speak to each other differently when prompted with normal dialogue cues. How does Loba thank Revenant for a revive? She sure doesn't say thank you. That is super awesome. That's what I've been wanting, man. It's like conditional chatter, basically. The legends who have a story together kind of, quip off of each other. And I can't wait to see what all that entails. Now let's talk about some legend changes. Now, obviously, our man Mirage has a buff, and it sounds pretty dope. Everybody's been complaining how Mirage was basically useless. I thought he was pretty useful, but hey, it is what it is. You take it how you feel. Here is his rework. So his tactical is now called Psych Out. When you press the character's utility action button, it allows Mirage to gain control of his decoy. When controlling the decoy, it will mimic Mirage's every move. The decoy now lasts for 60 seconds. And you can also release another decoy which will remove the previous decoy. His ultimate is called Life of the Party, where Mirage deploys a team of decoys that mimic his every move. So basically, it's the emergency dance party from Dummy's Big Day, which is what everyone expected, and I'm really glad that that's the case. And his new passive is called Now You See Me. So in addition to cloaking when down, Mirage also cloaks while using a respawn beacon and reviving a teammate. The teammate is also cloaked. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. This puts Mirage right up there now. This is an insane rework. I'm speechless, man. This is wild. The fact that he cloaks when using a respawn beacon and now cloaks whenever he's reviving someone, that puts him on a whole nother level. So they have just boosted Mirage to like a high tier legend immediately. This is awesome. This is an awesome rework. I'm I'm blown away by this. This is really awesome. And now Mirage's You Got Bamboozled line will now trigger when you bamboozle an enemy instead of when you release a decoy. So that's pretty nice. It kind of gives you an idea of, hey man, I've just bamboozled somebody. There have also been more updates to other legends. Bloodhound, his tactical Eye of the Allfather. They've increased the sonar detection from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. They've decreased the cooldown from 35 seconds to 25 seconds. Crypto's tactical. Crypto, his tactical drone, Crypto can now ping banners while on the drone to warn teammates of nearby squads. Lifeline looks like she's got a little bit here. They've increased the lifeline bin ratio to 20%, and they've removed knockdown shields from secret compartment loopholes. So really, she kind of got a buff, but then a nerf. Like, where's my lifeline rework? Okay, you just reworked Mirage and basically made him a better medic than Lifeline. Now, to me, there are two legends out there who are better medics than your medic. No, it shouldn't be like that. But we'll fingers crossed for her rework midway through season 5. So Caustic has now, they're doing something with Caustic that's a little bit of an experiment. So they're going to see if the, design will work or not. So the friendly gas no longer slows teammates. Thank you. I can't stand that stuff, man. Caustic straps are no longer triggered from the other side of a door. Okay, that's useful, and then it's not, because I see a lot of caustics use, their gases as kind of like a blockade, and whenever it gets triggered, you try and move out. So that'll be curious. So now basically you're going to have to knock the door down before that gas releases. We have a little bit, there's more of a team utility for Octane now, which doesn't really make a lot of sense for him to, you know. Okay, so what they did was the launch pad, his cooldown has now been reduced from 90 seconds to 60 seconds, so you can jump a bunch. That's definitely team utility. They've nerfed Gibraltar just a little bit. They've reduced his dome shield duration from 18 seconds to 12 seconds. Now, looks like they have, they've nerfed Pathfinder again, where the cooldown for his grappling hook has been increased from 15 seconds to 35 seconds. Man, I don't think that's fair to Pathfinder mains. Sorry about it, fam. There are tons of weapons and loot updates. So this season, there are going to be 5 fully kitted, there are going to be 5 fully kitted weapons. The Longbow DMR, the Hemlock, the Spitfire, the EVA 8, and the RE45. Which is really weird because in Loba's trailer there was a gold RE99. There's been a rework for the Mastiff. The Mastiff is being rotated out of the care package to a regular weapon with its power reduced accordingly. They've reduced the damage per pellet from 18 to 13. They've reduced the headshot multiplier from 2.0 to 1.25. They've increased the blast pattern distances for the outer pairs of the pellets, and they've increased blast pattern scale ADS multiplier from 0.5 to 0.55. They reduced the fire rate from 1.3 to 1.0. They've also reduced the projectile size to be more in line with the other regular shotguns. They've increased the shell count from 4 to 6, and they've increased the projectile speed to standard shotgun speed. So you now have the Mastiff as a regular weapon. However, it comes with cost. The Peacekeeper has been rotated out of a regular weapon and into a care package weapon, with its power being increased accordingly. So they tightened the pellet spread pattern, they reduced the rechamber time from 1.2 to 0.9, and they've reduced reload times from 2.65 to 2.45 at the base and 3.6 to 3.35 if it's empty. They increased the projectile size to improve its consistency at close range. So there you go. They basically just swapped the Mastiff and the Peacekeeper. All right, that seems to be the meta now. Anytime somebody really complains about a weapon and they're not sure how to balance it, they switch it to a care package weapon and then take a care package weapon out. Happened with the L Star and the Devotion. So the alternator has a increased mag size now. It went from 16 to 19. The level 1 mag is now 22 bullets, level 2 holds 25, and level 3 now holds 27. The RE45 has an increased damage from 11 to 12. They reduced the reload time from 1.74 to 1.5 as the base reload, and 2.12 to 1.95 if it's empty. The Havoc has been nerfed. They increased the vertical recoil. The horizontal recoil has slightly been increased, and the recoil on the first 2 shots have been increased. The longbow DMR sees a nerf. The headshot scale has been reduced from 2.15 to 2.1. The wingman headshot scale has been reduced from 2.1 to 2.0. Oh, we've got some hop-ups in the stories now. We got some hop-ups up in here again. So they are re-adding the Skull Piercer hop-up. And now with the longbow with the Skull Piercer, the headshot scale will scale to 2.5, and the wingman with the Skull Piercer will now scale to 2.25. They have removed the anvil receiver, is what it is. Now, with the gold armor, there's a little bit of a... Oh my gosh. I do not like this gold armor rework. They actually reworked this gold armor. I thought that was a joke. I didn't think they were really going to do that. This is going to make people pick up the Evo shield more. That's what it's going to do. So they added a perk where the shield cells and syringes now give the double amount per use. So that's useful. Don't get me wrong. I like that. But they removed the 50% heal speed. So that inadvertently kind of gives Lifeline a buff. She's the only one with a quick heal. Okay, that's useful. But man, I really like that quick heal. I don't like the move on the gold shield, but I guess it's so that they can, use the Evo shield more. So there are a lot of bug fixes. So with the bug fixes, they fixed various conditionings which were causing prediction errors. They fixed looting and pillboxes being difficult around weapons. Thank you. That's been like a curse for me. That's been hard. And it just happened in Season 4. It used to not be like that way. And it was very annoying. So I'm glad they fixed that. They fixed the aiming speed during zooming to be consistent with hipfire and ADS speed. They fixed disabling the melee target compensation. They fixed the legend banners having a black box when having the AA disabled. They fixed a condition where the third character model would be missing on screens with 3 legends banners. Sometimes it missed with 2, so okay. They fixed an error where it's sometimes erroneously pinging enemies while skydiving or in the plane. They fixed the exploitable spots against the Prowlers in the Bloodhound trials, which I guess would be up on top of the statues and a few other places. They fixed where Prowlers were not attacking Gibraltar's dome shield. They fixed death boxes sometimes not moving on the train. They fixed the subtitles in Russian, showing up as English in the Bloodhound trial area. They fixed a Havoc VFX while on the train. They fixed the depth of field when selecting charms in the loadout menu. They fixed lighting on legends sometimes being dark throughout the menus. They fixed the tooltips not appearing correctly when highlighting items in the menus. They fixed the charge rifle beam shooting from the scope while using the hard-coated skin. They fixed a melee not doing any damage when interrupted the sentinel charge animation. They fixed where the wingman is having a higher than normal hip fire accuracy while crouched. They fixed the golden barrel attachment having more muzzle flash than intended. They had some stability fixes to reduce the crashing and script errors. Crypto's EMP now affects the dummies in the firing range. They fixed Revenant's death totem being visible through smoke or gas. They fixed a Pathfinder banner poses that had caused corrupted art. And they adjusted Octane's jump pad to make it harder to fall through the cracks when deploying. I've had that happen a few times. They also fixed Caustic's ultimate not deploying when thrown under small surfaces. They fixed Bangalore's smoke canisters getting stuck under the train. So little fixes that most people probably never ran into, but it's nice of them to fix it. We've got a huge quality of life here. They've overhauled the Deathbox user interface to compartmentalize loot better so you can find what you need faster. Crypto can now ping banners while on the drone to warn teammates of nearby squads. They added voiceover for pinging enemies who are reviving. There's a favorite option now available for weapon skins, which is awesome. I think that's more important than the legend skins because I don't get to see my legend skins, and I like that I can rotate my weapon skins now. That is dope. They have observer highlights for tournament matches. They've removed location-based weekly challenges where they cause players to have mixed motivations from their squad mates, and it didn't work well with map rotation. They optimized the CPU usage. They improved texture streaming quality on GPUs, reporting less memory than advertised. And they're excited to announce that at the start of Season 5, they'll be adding Apex servers to the Middle East as they look to further support their fans in the region. So that's it. That's a pretty big patch, and that's a lot of cool stuff. Honestly, the most exciting thing for me got to be that Mirage rework and the map changes, as well as switching the Peacekeeper and the Mastiff. I think that's pretty cool. I guess that's one way to handle, fixing a weapon. Least favorite gotta be the fact that they messed with the gold shield. I don't like it. I might change my mind. Who knows? But I don't like it currently where we stand. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, how you feel, if you enjoy all this, what is your favorite part of this patch, what's your least favorite. Let me know in the comments down below, and if you could, smash that like button, hit that subscribe so you can stay up to date with all your Apex Legends news. Thanks for watching.